Just some of the ongoing stories we've been talking about, Mr. Barnes, and Celebrity Sleaze. Aaron Rodgers won't be making any more appearances on ESPN's The Pat McAfee Show this season. And McAfee, for once, is relieved.
Yeah.
Did you see his statement?
Yeah, not surprised.
Quote, some of his thoughts and opinions do piss off a lot of people, and I am pumped that is no longer going to be every single Wednesday of my life. Wow. I mean, he's letting it all hang out. He says, which it has been for the last few weeks, talking, of course, about Aaron Rodgers, who was making these weekly guest appearances, wow, for a couple of years now, since 2020.
Can't imagine being on a team with that guy and how the locker room must be. He just is not cool.
What are your thoughts about Bill Belichick out as Patriots coach after 24 seasons?
Well, some of the rumors have him headed this direction.
Ooh, I think I've heard that rumor.
Yeah.
We'll have to keep that. We'll stay on that.
I mean, if he can't make it work, I don't know. I mean, the guy, of course, is a legend, but how much of that legend was his former quarterback, known as Tom Brady? I just don't know.
That's what I thought. Nominees for the 30th annual SAG Awards, the Screen Actors Guild, were announced. No surprise. Succession. 3 actors in the category for Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor. How tough is that when you've got 3 or 4 people from the same show in a category? Like when Kieran Culkin won the other night on the Golden Globes, how does that make the other guys feel? What do you think?
You can't hate it. If you're a team player, you're going to be thrilled for them. Maybe deep down, you wish it was just you in that show, but that show wins all the time.
All the time. Did want to talk about male actor, because obviously SAG Awards are going to be sort of close as Golden Globes to the Oscars. But here we go. Bradley Cooper again for Maestro, Coleman Domingo Rustin, Paul Giamatti, who was amazing in The Holdovers, Cillian Murphy, Oppenheimer, Jeffrey Wright, American Fiction. Guess who's missing, Barnes?
Who?
Leonardo DiCaprio for Killers of the Flower Moon.
Why is he out?
He's out in this. It's unbelievable. We'll see what happens for female. Annette Bening, Lily Gladstone, Carey Mulligan, Margot Robbie, Emma Stone. That is one freaking tough category right there because they were all amazing.
I was looking at the DGA Awards and all those people, Scorsese, Christopher Nolan, all those people are in there. But man, if you scroll down a little bit, we've got a Morning X guest coming up on the 24th who is nominated for a DGA, Ken Fuchs.
Our buddy Ken.
For The Bachelor, which premieres on the 24th. He'll be on our show here in a couple of weeks.
Now, he's won before, hasn't he?
I'm sure he has. I know he's won Emmys for Shark Tank and probably Bachelor, but yeah. So congrats to him.
Well, since we're talking about awards season, the People's Choice Awards, guess who had the most nominations?
Who?
Pretty easy. Barbie.
Yeah. Those awards are kind of cheesy, yeah? I mean, that's just...
Yeah, well, it's the people, Barnes.
It's just fans driving it up for their favorite. Yeah.
All I'm going to do is read you this headline from The Hollywood Reporter. Mean Girls Review. Tina Fey's regurgitated movie musical is a tuneless mess. Ouch! That's all I have to say there.
They're pushing the hell out of that.
Yeah. Well, how about that headline? I was really sad to see this story that's been breaking this week. Matthew Perry had many skeletons in his closet prior to his ultimate death, an untimely death. Apparently, he lied about his sobriety for years, had a history of being abusive. 3 anonymous sources claimed to Us Weekly that bombshell cover story, he was, quote, verbally, emotionally, and physically abusive. One insider said another person called him a manipulative person. All he knew how to do was cause pain and play the victim. Isn't that sad to hear? Although that's what drugs can do to you, Barnes. It can completely change your personality.
Really disappointing.
Now, I had mentioned this the other day about all these people doing lip reading on the Golden Globes red carpet. Remember the one about Emily Blunt and John Krasinski?
Yeah.
Somebody thought that he said the word divorce. They were lip reading. They're laughing it off, saying, there are no issues. Shut up, people. Jason Momoa revealing he's living on the road following his divorce from Lisa Bonet. quote, I don't even have a home right now.
That's kind of weird that he's joking about it.
I live on the road.
Strange.
He's been working on this docuseries. Actually looks cool. It's called On the Roam, following his encounters with artisans, musicians, athletes as he travels across the country. Listen to this.
Bro, I don't even have a home right now.
Okay, right.
I live on the road, so I'm down to New Zealand to start Minecraft.
That was a lame soundbite.
On the Roam with Jason Momoa, premiering January the 18th on Max.
Bro's like, I don't care if I'm getting divorced. I'm on the roam.
Love this story. Robert Downey Jr., who just won a Golden Globe for Oppenheimer, he said he sat next to someone that left him completely starstruck. Now, Barnes, who do you think that would be? He was on Kimmel talking about this.
I didn't see, so I have no idea.
Yeah. He said, I invited everyone who was in the Hamptons and for the first time in my whole career. Strangely, everyone RSVP'd. Yeah, like Michael J. Fox was there, Steven Spielberg. He said, and then I sit down, this movie starts, they're playing his movie, doing a little sneak preview, and I'm sitting next to Paul McCartney. I was like, dude, Paul McCartney RSVP'd, and he's sitting next to me. And then I was just like smelling his cologne, and I started breathing in the same rhythm as him. I didn't even watch the movie. I still find myself just completely blown away, getting starstruck and fanboying out all the time.
Who would do that to you? I know Paul McCartney would, but who else?
McCartney, Springsteen.
So any of those that you hold so high, but
who for you? Because, we all have that Chris Farley Saturday Night Live moment. You get in front of someone you love and you completely fall apart.
I know I have an answer to this, but it's not coming to my mind. I wouldn't know what to do with Reese.
That's right.
The build up has been so long that I don't even know what I would do or say. I think. Just like Stuart Copeland, I was definitely nervous because I'm trying to think of the psychology behind what makes it that way. Because some of them, like for instance, Mick Jagger, I wasn't nervous at all. I joked that I was nervous, but I really wasn't.
Yeah, and I always tell you when I'm nervous before we interview someone. Remember that time we interviewed Mel Gibson and I went to his hotel room at the height of, his career? Yeah, I was nervous.
But that's even worse because you're in a weird surrounding. You're on his turf. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not like they're coming in the studio, but I'll have to think about that.
He was chain smoking. I love when actors, though, get vulnerable. This is such a funny story. Jennifer Lawrence, looking back on her wedding day, and all she sees is pain. She said it was awful. It was so stressful. She's sort of worried about all the guests. And it didn't help that she got married in October in Rhode Island. She was kind of freaking out about the weather. And her mother said, it's freezing out there. Your grandmother almost died. But here's the funny part. The chaos actually started at the rehearsal dinner when she booted Robert De Niro out. She said, I look over and I see Bob, who doesn't know anybody, and he's kind of wandering around. I was immediately like, no, this isn't what he wants to be doing. I don't want him here. So she went over to De Niro and whispered in his ear. I was like, go home. He was nice. He talked to my parents and was polite, but I was like, go.
That's kind of weird, though.
That just genuinely made me feel better.
And she looked electric at the Golden Globes.
Oh, yes, she did. The story that just won't go away. The NFL must be hoping Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are in it for the long haul because they're certainly leaning into the pairing in this official NFL promo video preceding the upcoming Kansas City-Miami playoff game. The voiceover for the Travis Kelce highlight describes Miami's season-long difficulty in covering tight ends, of which Kelce is one of the league's best. You be the judge.
And now they take on Travis Swift. Kelce, second most yards for a tight end in 2023 at 984.
Okay, that just supports my whole thing saying that the NFL has paid for this relationship. They know it's going to be the long haul because they paid for it.
And then the clip cuts to a shot of Taylor, in the suite celebrating, in case you just missed that little reference.
That's the evidence that we needed because there's no way you can put her in a promo officially without her permission.
There's no way. I will tell you, no way.
Her people would lose their minds.
Wow. And
there you go. There's the evidence we needed. Fake.
Jonathan Majors gave his first interview since being found guilty of assault and harassment with ABC News' Lindsay Davis earlier this week. I really like Lindsay Davis. As we told you, he defended himself during the interview asking, how is that possible based off the prosecution's evidence, let alone our evidence? But one part of the interview, Barnes, has gone viral be careful what you say, and not in a good way. Majors is being dragged online for comparing his girlfriend, actress Megan Good, to Martin Luther King Jr.'s wife, Coretta Scott King. Listen to this.
She's an angel. She's held me down like a Coretta, you know. I'm so blessed, you know. The relationship is still fresh, but, you know, I think I found her.
This dude keeps digging the hole.
Now, Bernice King, Coretta's youngest daughter, slammed him online. Quote, "My mother wasn't a prop." And he said, of course, my intention was to convey my utmost respect for Coretta Scott King as he was backtracking her achievements and both her personal legacy and the one she shares with her husband, Martin Luther King.
This dude is a mess.
I mean, seriously? Got this story from Page 6. What is happening with Kanye West? He has been living in this 5-star hotel in Miami. Did you see this story?
No.
4 seasons at the Surf Club Resort.
That's a nice one.
He's been there so much that he set up a recording studio. Now, while some hotels might be pumped to have a megastar there this long, this one's sort of located outside of the party-friendly neighborhood of South Beach, and his partying has not died down. Very evident. Apparently, he had some party. He took the stage in a KKK-style mask.
Oh, come on.
And then he had a line of more than a dozen SUVs coming and going from the hotel until 5 a.m. Yikes. I don't know if this hotel wants this. We'll see what happens.
I saw some story where he just beat up some autograph seeker. Did you see that one?
Yes.
This guy's
It's out of control.
Nutcase.
Now, I do have this sort of theme that's been happening, and I want to get your take on it. People sort of disappearing or wiping their Instagram pages clean. Here's one. Trouble in Paradise are just removing all distractions. As she's getting ready for a busy 2024, Zendaya has unfollowed everyone she's been following on Instagram, including friends, coworkers, and her boyfriend, Tom Holland. No explanation given. Maybe she has a new movie. Paramore, the band Paramore, free agent as they've parted ways with their 20-year deal with Atlantic Records. Yes, their Paramore.net now leads to a 404 not found message, wiping clean their Twitter and Instagram pages. Wow.
Maybe their new album's called 404. That was a good play.
Yeah.
That'd be really
Their Twitter
good.
and Instagram pages, including 5.3 million and 3.5 million followers, respectively, show 0 posts. And there's another one, and I think this is for a new album. Justin Timberlake has archived all his Instagram posts and has taken away his profile picture. And now it looks to be maybe promoting a new album. Is that this must be the new theme.
That started a little while ago, a couple of years ago. People were doing it when they would put up stuff to make it look like it was vacant. I think that they went to some seminar, some social media seminar, and someone said that's what you do.
Should we scrap our 23 followers?
You know, let's keep them. We're building slowly. It's a slow project.
Okay,
Slow
I was
burn.
going to ask you about that.
Kind of like our show, a slow burn.
You're a fan of The White Lotus.
Oh, tell me. Yes.
Season 3 is growing, adding 6 new cast members. Some are Leslie Bibb from Iron Man, Jason Isaacs, Michelle Monaghan, how about that? And Parker Posey.
I just hope it doesn't jump the shark. You know what I mean? The hype is putting this thing up so big.
I don't think it will jump the shark.
I hope not. I hope it doesn't become Fantasy Island. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden it's just cheesy.
You know who I feel sorry for?
Who?
Vili Falau.
Vili Falau. Is that the kid?
Mm-hmm.
The kid that
Mary
had the...
Kay Letourneau's
Yeah.
ex-husband. He is offended by the Netflix movie May, December.
Read that as he didn't get paid for it.
I'm still alive and well. If they had reached out to me, we could have worked together on a masterpiece. Instead, they chose to do a ripoff of my original story. I'm offended by the entire project and the lack of respect given to me who lived through a real story and is still living it. I mean, why wouldn't they have reached out to him?
It is kind of strange because it's such a direct rip of it.
Yeah, I was seriously surprised by that.
Is he still married to Mary Kay Letourneau?
No, she passed away. They got a divorce.
Oh, that's right. She died.
Yeah, they got a divorce and she passed away. Are you a Paul Thomas Anderson fan? Any of his movies?
Ish.
Yeah, well, he's got an all-star cast for the next one, and they're saying the most expensive of his career, and maybe that's because Leonardo DiCaprio is in it and Sean Penn.
Wow.
Also bringing in Regina Hall. Yes. Apparently there's no, name for it right now, but he is building an all-ensemble cast. I mean, when you can get Leo in your movie and Sean Penn, that's pretty big.
But it's also pretty tough. You have that many huge personalities like that. Can you imagine all the drama of dealing with their people and their people's people?
The people's people.
That's tough.
Oh, but Barnes, I can't leave without talking about The Bachelor. Host Jesse Palmer and his wife Emily Fardo, proud new parents of a healthy baby girl. Congratulations. Tina Fey's going to star in a new Netflix comedy. She's on fire, called The Four Seasons. She co-created with Lang Fisher and Tracy Wigfield from 30 Rock. Based on a 1981 film that starred Alan Alda and Carol Burnett, it follows three couples who vacation together every year. That actually sounds kind of funny.
I know, but if you're the Four Seasons, an established brand, and that has nothing to do with you, and it's about travel, that's kind of a weird choice of what to call it. You know what I mean?
Because they're talking about the actual four seasons of life.
Right.
How do you get away with that?
Well, those Four Seasons were there first, but still, it's about travel, and you're calling it the Four Seasons. I would think, I'm going to see a documentary about the Four Seasons. I'm in. Let's watch.
Yeah, maybe it should be a subtitle.
That's going to be interesting to see what, maybe it is about, maybe they're funding it. I have no idea, but that just seems like a weird title for it.
Something else brand new, Dennis Leary, who I love, if you were a fan of Rescue Me.
Where's he been?
He's joined the cast of this dark comedy on Netflix called No Good Deed, starring Ray Romano and Lisa Kudrow.
Where has he been?
There you go. Well, this is what he's doing.
It's weird.
That's your Celebrity Sleaze.